Welcome, 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 everybody. My name is Ryan, and we are live. This is Vintage Story, and oh my gosh, guys, we are in the middle of our series here. This is my Twin Peaks series, but just decided to drop on YouTube today and do a little bit of a live stream. I normally stream over on Twitch, but I do like to drop onto YouTube, like I said, and do this occasionally because I know a lot of folks don't use Twitch, so I can respect that. But we've got big plans today, my people. Big plans here. Let's see. Hey, Derek, what's up, dude? Thanks for coming by the stream today. Hello, hello. Yes, just getting started. Literally, you are my first chatter, and we've been here for less than a couple of seconds, basically. Here, let me scroll down on my screen a little bit. Oh, welcome, welcome, my friend. Let's see, some entertainment while you do dishes and laundry. Yes, you can believe it. You can believe it. How's it look, everybody? Are we live? Hold on a second. Yeah, okay, we're good. All right. Yeah, like I said, I'm more used to being over on Twitch nowadays, so I got to get used to streaming on YouTube once again, but glad you could make it today, Derek. And all right, so let's get started. Like I said, or like the thumbnail says, we're headed south today, and it's going to be a big trip for sure, for sure. We're not stopping until either one of two things happens. We find limestone or we get to the desert in this world. We find the warmer desert regions. And I'm really hoping I can make it all the way with the sailboat. We'll see. We might have to make some long detours, but let's get ourselves fully prepared. There's going to be one super critical item here that we need. Now, I will just clue you guys in. We got a few folks in here. So if you guys are watching the series, if you're keeping up with that, you are going to see some spoilers today. So just a little bit of a warning. I hope it's nothing too bad, but take a look at this right here. Oh, spoiler number one. What is that? A steel pickaxe? Whoa. Let's see. Alexa says, chilling on my balcony with my plants. I'm glad I catch you live for the first time. Well, I'm glad you could too, Alexis. Thank you. Sounds like your plants and you were having a good day today, chilling out, having fun. And we're just getting started on our stream. So we're going to do hopefully some exciting exploration. I'm trying to debate what I should be bringing here, but yeah, like I said, some spoilers today, guys, but don't worry. I've got the next two episodes already recorded for the series, and they are mainly focused on steel production, finally getting our steel up and running, and a few other things too, some other fun stuff. But one of those things, I can't even remember where I put these items, but oh, what is this? Is that a translocator inside my very own house? How did I manage that? Oh my gosh. Yes. So this is the big spoiler right here for now. But okay, good. Here they are. So check it out. I have a new mod installed, and if you're curious about my mod list, it's down in the description of the live stream right now. But it's called the Translocator Relocator. And essentially what it does, you do have to have steel. You need a steel pickaxe, and you have to repair the translocator. But once you've done that, you can literally knock it out with the steel pickaxe. Of course, it always drops in one full piece, and you can place it. And the cool thing is we can link these together. See how this one has a key in the tooltip, 8675309. So if I come over here, hit Control, and we do 8675309, save it, and we should appear over there. So boom, look at that. Hello. All right, so we know it works. We've tested it, and now I can take this down. It does reset the key, so if I place this again, I'll have to redo the key, but it's not a big deal because it can still connect to this one. It doesn't reset that key. So either way, just a quick breakdown of the mod that we're going to be using. So you might have been able to figure out what we're going to do. We're going to head south. I'm going to bring this one with me. Obviously, this one's here, and we will, once we find what we're looking for, we're going to set down that translocator, and we'll have a permanent way of getting back and forth between this base and what hopefully will one day become our southern base, the base in the south, you know, down in the desert. So today is going to be the day where we make the trip, the journey to get there. So get prepared, guys. Grab yourselves a beverage. We're in for a long sailing journey, I hope. And let's see, let's grab a little bit of food. I've got plenty of Crocs here, so that's not an issue. Let me just check something. Crap. I'm going to have some milk in here. I'm not going to wait around for 2 days. Actually, it's only a part of a day, a seventh of a day. Maybe we'll get that done. But I got a bunch of cheese here. Let's just focus on the Crocs, I think. Come on now. Okay, so we're going to grab a couple of these. Let's see. I'm just looking for whichever ones have the least date on them. I think it's these right here. Okay. We'll grab a few of these. I don't want to go too overboard with the food because it could end up spoiling if we're not careful. And again, having translocators, if we really need, I can just set one down wherever. If I get desperate, we can warp back home, grab some food again or whatever. That David says that translocator demo was cool. Don't be a Brundlefly. Oh, classic reference to the great movie The Fly. Jeff Goldblum, Gina Davis. I used to have such a huge crush on Gina Davis when I was young. Okay, so good. Let's go to bed. We'll sleep on this night. I'm just trying to think if I don't want to forget anything. Like I said, we can come back, but it's better if I don't forget stuff the first time around. I'll take a gear just in case. I'm not taking the elk today, so that's something in case you're wondering. The elk is going to stay here because I can't bring it through the translocator. And my plan is once we find ourselves a nice southern location and I set up the translocator, we're going to leave the sailboat there. It's going to stay there, and we're just going to build a new one at this location. You know what I'm saying? So we'll have 2 sailboats in the world, but they're going to be separated by many, many thousands of blocks probably. Well, we'll just see. We'll see how far it is to get there. All right, so, I mean, like I said, we can always come back if we need to. Let's just get out here. Whoa, look at this, starting to snow. Yep, we're heading south for the winter, people. Let's just go look at a couple of things real quick. Look at this. Oh, what's that? Is that a pile of steel ingots right there? Almost. Whoa. So this is my second batch of steel. Spoilers. Yeah, 42% complete. Now, for anybody who's unaware, it's not a big deal. We are going to leave this, and it's going to cool off, but it doesn't ruin your progress. It essentially saves your progress wherever it's at. So I'm not super worried about that batch of steel right there. All right, and we'll say goodbye to the elk. Hello. Look at this guy. He's sitting right up by the door. You must want to get out there. I can use bleach to clean the bottom of my fridge. There you go. There you go. Okay. Are we ready? Let's go. We're getting out of here. It's always sad to leave the base behind, especially when it's a long trip like this, but I think we're going to be okay. Let's do it. Let's go. Thanks for stopping by the live stream, everybody. Appreciate you very much. We had a nice long episode yesterday. Let's see here. Okay, and if anybody misses any part of this, it will be on the channel after we go live, so don't worry about that. All right, so we've got a few little things here. Just some resources I'm carrying. Let's put away the mail. That's coming with us just in case, but I don't need to have it with me, do I, necessarily? That will keep. Put that away. That away. All right. Yeah, the only other thing I'm really thinking I'm going to stop for... Oops, I guess I probably shouldn't put all the food away. Is that going to be enough? I feel like I need more food. You know what? I got a good idea actually. Yeah, this is something. It was either Toad Squish or the guy from Saturn gave me the tip. When you go on long journeys, instead of just bringing a bunch of filled crock pots, bring a cooking pot too. That way you can whip up meals. If you need to do a little hunting, where it's going to be the winter, but if we can find some berries or some stuff down south, we could always cook a little bit. All right, so yeah, we'll grab a cooking pot and let's just, to be safe, come with me. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. Okay. We're going to, let's grab another crock pot real quick. And I want to check this. Okay, not ready. Not to worry, not to worry. We'll just grab one more. Okay, and I promise that's it. Wait, no, hold on. I got an idea too. Just to make our lives a little bit easier, we'll grab a stack of grain and bring that with us. Just in case we get really desperate for food for some reason. I don't anticipate it, but, I like to cover all my bases, essentially. All right, here we go. I promise this is it. We're headed off, people. Let's do this. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. We are heading south for the winter. Say goodbye to the elk and the elk's butt. All right, there we go. We're leaving him behind because once we reach our destination, we're going to be setting up a translocator. Can you use while on your elk? What do you mean, Derek? I'm not sure what you're asking. Can I use the cooking pot while I'm on my elk? No, but you can attach a cooking pot to the elk. It's just that, yeah, he's not coming with us. He's staying behind. Okay, because, yeah, we've got ourselves a translocator thanks to a new fancy mod I've got called the Translocator Relocator. And that basically allows us to set up 2 translocators. We can move them now. Hey, what's going on, Win498? Hello, hello, my friend. Whoops, why did I just get out? Sorry, I was trying to mess with my view here. There we go. All right. Up. All the way back. And we're going. We're moving. Hey, what's going on, Travis? How long has it been going, the stream? We've only been streaming for 12 minutes, my friend. 12 minutes. You can send... Wait. Oh, you can send it through the Translocator. Really? Interesting. I think we won't. What I'm going to do is I'm hoping when we get to our destination I can find a treasure hunter trader there, and we'll just buy another one. So we'll still have 2 elks. We'll just have to buy it. Hello, Rod. What's up, my friend? Thank you for coming by the stream, buddy. Glad you can make it. Hey, Pierre. Hello. Welcome, everyone. Good to see you guys. Decided to do a little bit of a YouTube stream today. Look at that ram over there. Yep, we're streaming on YouTube. Figured I'd change it up. I plan on streaming tomorrow and Sunday on Twitch. But, yeah, I know not everybody uses Twitch or not everybody likes it. So give some folks the opportunity here. And let's see. Real nervous now about moving stuff around manually when I'm on my boat. Switch it up a little bit. That's right, my friends. You know it. So the plan today, in case anybody missed it, because I did kind of go through this when we first started, but there was only a couple people in here. Now we got a decent crowd. What we're doing is, let's zoom in a little bit. Actually, it doesn't really matter. So can I open the chest? There we go. So see this right here, guys? I have a new mod. See, it says the Translocator Relocator mod. Super cool mod. It allows you, once you've repaired a translocator with a steel pickaxe, which I have, I've got myself a steel pickaxe now, you're able to break a translocator which you've repaired, and you can claim it in your inventory as we've done. And if you have 2 of them, you can link them. So instead of the translocators that are linked sending you to random places on the map, they will be linked and they'll send you to the location of the translocator. So we have one back home currently set up, And it's got a number already, 8675309. And once we find our destination, we're going to set down that translocator that I just showed you, this one right here, and we're going to link them. And then we can just walk, literally step into the translocator, and we'll be home in an instant. Will you upgrade to steel armor? Yes, Derek, I definitely will. Switch it up. Did you already get steel? Pierre, I did. So there's 2 episodes recorded already. So you guys are seeing a little bit of spoilers here. Like, for instance, the translocators that I just explained, you'll get to see me do that, like in the coming 2 episodes and stuff. But yeah, so I did end up getting steel. All I've currently got on me is the steel pickaxe, though. I haven't gotten too far into it. What I've decided to do is to upgrade my helve hammers. So I've got iron helve hammers, and I'm going to make up 2 iron anvils, and we're going to pound out our steel ingots automatically, baby. Let's go. How is Jenny these days? Who's Jenny? Is Jenny the elk? I've forgotten already, Rod. Wait, is Jenny the boat? Who did we name Jenny, my friend? I don't know. But I'm sure whoever it is, they're doing fine. The elk is doing good. I didn't think I could bring him through the translocator, so I didn't bring him. Okay, now we got a choice here. Because I've already gone down to this region, and I know I can't get to the south. I think we need to go over here. I think our best bet is to head further west. Yeah, so let's do that. I should have brought my gears with me. That's all right. Not to worry, not to worry. Oh, yes. Okay, see, that's it. Rod got the reference. The boat is streamer. Okay, thank you. I knew that the song and the number has always stuck in my head since I was little. I can't remember the actual lyrics, though. But it's funny you caught that. Nicholas says, are you playing multiplayer? No, this is a single-player world, my friend. Hope everyone's having a good Friday. I agree. I hope everybody's doing great out there. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, Specimen. Hello, hello. How far are you from sturdy leather? That's a good question. I have no chromium. I have not located any chrome whatsoever. But I will give you guys a little bit of another spoiler. I located titanium. Yeah, there's actually decent amounts of titanium in this little section, but of course that's not for sturdy leather. That's for steel production. But yeah, I'm definitely on the lookout for chromium, my friend. Hey, my favorite streamer is on. Thanks, dude, man. Appreciate you, buddy. Everybody here, you guys are my favorite viewers. If you're in chat right now, you're my favorite chatters. Welcome, welcome, my friends. Thanks for coming by. Just getting started today. We've been going for about 15 minutes, so we're going to be heading south. I'm trying to find... Actually, I should amend that because I will make a stop for limestone. If we find limestone, we're going to stop. Oh, Ryan, I just got Vintage Story like yesterday. What did you miss? Oh, my gosh, my friend, you were in for so much fun. Let me tell you what. You've missed nothing. You've missed nothing. We just grabbed a few little things from home, and we're headed south. Actually, I'm headed west right now, but the intention is to turn south. Because for anybody who's unfamiliar, maybe new to not like Minecraft, where the biomes will like randomly generate on the world. It's more like a real Earth, where everything around the equator of the globe is going to be a desert or warmer, you know. And if you want to get to like the colder parts of the world, you have to head north, you know, or go really, really far south. Normal, like standard world generation has the player by default starting in the northern hemisphere. So again, by default, if you're just playing in a regular world and you want to get to the desert or the south, you know, the warmer climates, you head south as a rule of thumb. So that's what we're doing. Let's see. I wish the world map would stay loaded up. All right, so we're going to head for these little islands here and try and make our way. Oh, you know what? That's right. Not only did I install the Translocator Relocator mod, I installed the Auto Walk mod too. I'm hands-free right now, people. We're sailing along auto. Okay, let's see. I'm debating on doing a vanilla run, but mods look so much fun. You know, we've got a new player in my Patreon Discord, and Win 498 gave them some really great advice last night or the other day. Said play till the Bronze Age. If you're new and you're not sure like what mods I should play or like what world settings, just start a vanilla world, and play until you get to bronze. You know, till you're able to make copper, or I'm sorry, tin bronze or whatever kind you find. And then by that point, you will have enough time under your belt with Vintage Story that you can make a better decision. Oh, do I want to play in a different kind of world, or should I install this mod? You know, that way you'll be you'll be able to be better informed about your decisions in that sense. I think that's really good advice. How much south do you need to go to get to the warmer environment? Nicholas, that depends on how big your world is when you generate it. If you leave it at default, it's pretty big. So we might have to go several hundreds of thousands of blocks, not chunks, blocks. But I've never actually been. Personally, I've never made this kind of a trip before, so it is going to be new to me. We're going to have to discover it together. I hope that we can get there in today's stream, but we might not. This might be a multi-part series or whatever, getting south. But that's a good question. We'll find out together, essentially. Hope you find nuts or sunflowers. That would be cool. That's one of the things I definitely want for sure. Let's see, should be about 25K to 35K south to hit warmer climate. Thank you, dude, man. Appreciate ya. Yeah, and again, remember, if you've changed the size of your world in World Gen, that's obviously going to be a bit different. But holy smokes, that would take a lot of time. Yeah, Nicholas, you're right. You're right. That's why it might not be a bad idea if you're a new player, or if you just want to, travel quicker, make a smaller world, when you generate your world. Pretorius says, you're the reason I started playing Vintage Story. Thanks for your shorts about the Forge. Thank you, my friend. Well, I'm glad you picked it up. Yeah. Though I love making the shorts for Vintage Story. They're a lot of fun, and they do get to reach quite an audience too. So that's great. The more people that play this game, the better. It is super fun, and it is far superior to any block-based games out there, which shall not be named, right? No, but I love all you folks out there. Thank you so much for joining me today. Glad you guys were able to pick it up and just start playing. Oh, and if you are unaware, I do have a couple videos for new players on my channel too, not just the shorts, but I've got tips and tricks 1 and 2. Like first is for early game, second one's kind of middling. Let's see, why are you now going west? It's a good question, Nicholas, because I've been south along this region, like right here. This is all land. So, because the residence archives are down here, and we can't see it right now because the map is loading up like a 1990s Windows. I've already scouted out pretty far to the south, and I couldn't get there. I had to land my boat right here. So I'm hoping that we can turn and head south here. So that's my plan. We might not be able to, though. We'll see. I think once you kind of leave it behind after a while. Or at least I did. But Vintage Story, man, it is so much better. It's superior in so many ways. Not to mention, like, it's been designed by somebody who was a modder to start with, so that's one thing I've learned after playing RimWorld for a long time is, good, strong, robust modding community can give a game life for years and years and years, I think RimWorld's been out since 2013, if you can believe that, and they're still pumping it out. There's still concurrent, like 10,000 people a day playing it on Steam and stuff. And I'm sure there's quite a few people on Vintage Story too. Of course, it's not on Steam, so we can't really tell. But now I'm waiting for one server to wipe and start again, and I'm going to go to the south ASAP. Yeah, that's another thing too. If you're new to the game, the biomes in the world are very distinctive. There's going to be whole new sets of animals, all new trees and plants and stuff. You'll probably see some crossover, like there's still going to be rabbits and stuff, but yeah, the biomes are very distinctive. There's going to be certain types of foods that you can only get down south, you know what I'm saying? I'm checking out macro Narnia mod, long neck dinosaurs, and they're so beautiful. Yeah. I've talked with some of my Patreons before about I'd like to start a Homo sapien run and just install a bunch of dinosaur mods, and I'm saying maybe some other animal mods too, like the woolly mammoth mod and stuff. But yeah, it would be fun to play in a world. No map, no ruins, no resonance archive or any of that stuff. Just wilderness survival with dinosaurs. Would you download any firearm mods? Oh, like Flintlock? I would like to try those. Yeah, certainly. I wouldn't mind trying that. Could be interesting. Depends on how the development of the firearm is. Like, in other words, like how hard is it to make it, If you did that, I'd be so happy. Right on. I'll check it out. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Homo sapien run. Yeah. Once this series, because we're on episode like 48 of the series or something. Oh my God, look at this. We got a bear chasing some sort of prey. Oh, he's going to get it. He got it. Oh, and he just died. No, he didn't. Look at that bear. He's hunting chickens. Hello, bear. He's gone aquatic. All right, anyway, so yeah, once this series is over, I'm definitely going to be doing more vintage story content because it has become like one of my favorite games of all time. So yeah, we're not going to be stopping. I'm going to have to come up with something different. And I think a Homo sapiens run with tons of dinosaurs and animal mods could be a lot of fun. All right, let's see. If we get Flintlock, you'd need a pirate hat. That would be amazing. Let's see. Wilderness survival with dinosaurs would be cool, but no map would be really frustrating. 100%, Rod. I've done in pre 1.20, before the new update came out, I was doing a series of live streams in a no map world, wilderness survival, and it was hell. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was fun and extremely challenging though, and nerve-wracking and frustrating, like you say. Getting lost is like a constant concern, especially for somebody like me who's really bad with directions. No dynamic villages, just the traders. Wait, Dude Man says, Minigun a bear, teach him a lesson. What's up, JJ Russell? Thanks for coming by the stream, my friend. You're studying paleontology, mostly a fan of the Cambrian, Silurian periods, but dinosaurs are just like kind of 100% specimen. You have a good name, too, for being a paleontology student. But no, the Cambrian, I mean, you go back to the Cambrian, that's where the origins of all, or the ancestors, I should say, of all life forms today can trace their, lineage to. On Vintage Story website, it says 767 other current... Oh! Pierre, that's interesting. I didn't even know it showed that. So is that all servers combined? That seems kind of low. Not that I doubt you, my friend, but... Yeah. Let's see. Does that can't include, like... regular players. I don't know. For the next base, a small castle or ring fort would be dope. That's a good idea, Derek. Yeah, we're going to have to think of something for this next base for sure. For sure. Thanks, everybody, for coming by. We've got quite a few chatters. If I miss anybody's messages, I apologize for that. But I'm trying to read them all out. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. We're just getting started. We just hit the 30-minute mark on the stream, and we are headed south. Hopefully, we'll be able to make this trip in the sailboat, 100%. Yeah, I don't know if it's fully accurate. It could just be for, like, server-side hosted, or like client, what am I trying to say? For servers that are hosted by the developers themselves or something, the ones that people rent and pay for. Again, I don't know. I've been working on paleo art, so I'd love to make some fan art for the dinosaur playthrough. Oh, that'd be awesome. So, Specimen, your paleo art, are you trying to make it as like true to life, true to actual paleontological evidence as possible, or are you just going creative mode, making crazy stuff. I'm curious. I love art. And paleo art is fascinating stuff too. All right, let's see. And that's the crazy thing. You could, like, with a loose framework of knowledge about, ancient animals, you could just get creative and come up with something, and who knows, it might have existed at one time. Cannons would be cool. Oh, yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, Specimen, but I've heard a statistic before, something like out of all the species that have lived on the Earth through the or probably more like 3.5 billion years, only about 1% of them ever fossilized. So the vast majority of animals that have lived on this planet we'll never know anything about. And in large part, that's because most of them were like soft-bodied, jellyfish and stuff like that. But let's see, I always try to keep my designs as accurate as possible, but every depiction has a touch of speculation. Heck yeah. I guess that's probably one of the appeals with paleo art, right? Certainly like the coloring and stuff, right? Yeah. Although, I did just watch an interesting little documentary about some of the dinosaurs that they've got that still had skin intact. Obviously it's not skin, it's been fossilized, so it's technically rock, but it was impressions of skin. Let's see, jellyfish are basically immortal. Let's see, that makes sense. Fossils need some pretty particular conditions in soil and rock and stuff. Exactly. And what's crazy too, dude man, is if you think about there's a lot of fossils, relatively speaking. Obviously, like I just said, most of the animals never fossilized, but just go find one of those little rock gardens out there, like in a parking lot and stuff. Spend a couple hours combing through those rocks. You'll find tiny little seashell fossils embedded in some of the stones occasionally and stuff like that. So it is still amazing just how much has been preserved on our Earth, over time. I think it just goes to show you how prevalent life is, you know what I'm saying? Once a species gets going, it just boom, 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 it explodes. Lots of jellyfish just revert to larvae and start over. Oh, I didn't realize that. You're being serious there. They are immortal. I think the number is just the servers because it plays solo. Oh, yeah, that makes sense, Pierre. That makes sense. Thanks for pointing that out, though, because I didn't even know you could see that on their website. That's helpful. Yes, Borlapilta and... I can't even pronounce it. Now, speaking of immortal creatures, I know that there's a type of multicellular organism that lives in the oceans fairly deep, I think, and they have a specific name. It's a whole family of organisms, but it's one of those where it's not actually a single animal. It's the gut is just composed of a bunch of small bacteria that are specialized to process food, and they have grouped up with other specialized cells. Those things are essentially immortal though, because you could stretch them, crush them, string them out, tear them apart, and they just basically reassemble as smaller versions of themselves. I can't remember what they're called. They have a weird name. Let's see, I went to a rock and fossil show this weekend. Almost bought a mosasaur tooth, but it was $70. Dang. Wow. If I could authenticate that it was 100% real, then I would say that's probably a steal, but shoot, $70? That thing on the bottom left with the data and stuff, is that a mod? That's a mod, Nicholas. Yeah. You're talking about this down here. That's my heads-up display. If you're interested in my mod list, it's down in the description of the video, so check it out. I can't remember what that one in particular is called, but it's something like heads-up display or something like that. Some lobsters are basically immortal, immune to aging. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, what is it about deep sea life that's it just lives forever? Oh, specimens, dropping all the names here. All the dinosaurs must have preserved. Shows us their patterns and color. Oh, okay, yeah. Isn't that amazing? We can actually have a glimpse into what they look like and stuff. So crazy. Leviathan lobster god, they've got a huge area set aside, and they're testing how big it can get. He can get. Oh, I've not heard of that. Is that a particular lobster? All right, let's see. gotta move this way. We're sailing in night, people. I'm basically sailing by my map here, but that's okay. That's how we'll do it. Let's see. Shopped at the flea market on the way home. My uncle bought a brand new 12-foot fishing rod for $30. Wow. That's a steal. You catch yourself a couple of fish and it's paid for itself, right? Let's see. Lobsters aren't technically immortal. They could be, but molting becomes way too tasking, and the heavier they get, which basically kills them by exhaustion. Oh, interesting. Let's go south. Readjust for southward travel, people. We are looking for limestone, too, so if I see limestone, we're going to make a pit stop. But, oh, there's a trader right there. I'm not going to stop for traders right now. We're just going to keep going. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, a catfishing rod. Catfish is delicious. Going to take it out this summer. Good luck to you, my friend. Fishing is a fun hobby. It's one I never personally got into, but lobsters might be immune to aging, but not immune to my stomach. Oh, Pierre's a lobster fan, huh? Now, here's an interesting fact. Tell me if anybody's heard this about lobsters, but I remember watching some documentaries sometime, and they talked about like it was probably like around the turn of the Industrial Revolution in America. Lobsters were so prevalent on the coast, the eastern coast, that it was like seen as like a trash food. It was actually fed to prisoners, criminals in prisons, and there were regulations on the books that like said you couldn't even feed the prisoners that much lobster because it was considered cruel and unusual. But yeah, it was just so common. People thought it was like not appealing at all. It was not a delicacy like it is today. Hey, Lauren, hello. Caught me live. Yep. Welcome. We've been streaming for about about 37 minutes today. I'm glad you could make it. Your granddad grew up poor and ate lobsters all the time. Yeah, thank you, JJ. The prisoners had it good. Well, remember, they grew up in a culture at that time where eating lobster was seen as disgusting. It was not appealing. And I think, and this is another fact I've heard that is, I think, in some ways connected to it, but if you realize lobsters inhabit the same niche in the food chain that cockroaches do on land. So, cockroaches will eat detritus and whatever's dropped, fecal matter and things like that. That's exactly what lobsters eat too, Now, I'm not saying that means that they are unappetizing or gross, but that could be one of the reasons why people didn't, was sea bugs. That's exactly right. I mean, they're closer to insects, evolutionarily speaking, than they are to fish, Let's see. Life is getting better now. It's 8 months since listen, Derek. Probably not good. You shouldn't bring that up in chat, buddy. Appreciate that. Hope that doesn't happen to you again. But let the stream take your mind off that kind of thing, my friend. Let's see here. Yeah, don't think about what lobsters eat. That's right. I mean, if you think about farmed animals too, trust me, if you visited a large scale pork farm or whatever, you wouldn't be too happy with what they were feeding those animals either. Trust me. All right, let's see. Should we go this way? Yeah, let's head over this way. Humankind strangely crave the humble crustacean. Crabs are pretty awesome. I don't like them to eat, but they're interesting creatures. All right, we've got to see what we've got going on over here. Let's try and open up this map a bit. We might have to turn around. All right, so since we're out here in the ocean, let's change it up a little bit, the conversation, that is. This is something that I've been thinking about recently. Talking about colonizing planets, other planets. Elon Musk always talks about landing on Mars and setting up colonies there. But it occurs to me that if we're serious about living on another planet, even if it's outside our solar system, wherever, one of the moons maybe, shouldn't we be setting up underwater bases and stuff like that first? Like, shouldn't we have, like, anybody seen the movie Abyss, you know, where they've got that station way far underwater? They've got like the moon pool and stuff. I feel like if we're really serious about colonizing other planets, we should be colonizing the deep oceans first. Don't you think? If for nothing else, just to get practice, you know? Just to put ourselves to the test psychologically, physically, technologically, you know? This is what you've been saying, thank you. This stream is making me hungry. Yeah, okay, you should eat something, my friend. Try being named machine part specimen. I'm always. Compression divers live in pods in the deep sea for weeks at a time. There you go. There you go. Now that's, Lauren, wouldn't that be more because they have to in order to safely travel from the deep ocean to the surface back and forth? In other words, they live for a long time to avoid nitrogen sickness, right? Okay, we're going to have to backtrack a bit. Damn, look at this frickin' bay here. It's all right. It's all right. We knew it would happen. All right, let's put on our auto walk. There we go. All right. Yeah. Oh, I turned it off. There we go. All right. That's how we get a Soma situation. Wait, what's the Soma reference? Yeah, they have to do it to avoid decompression sickness. There you go. There you go. See, I'm talking about, and I understand what you're saying, and that's a good step, but I would say we need to set up more permanent. Like, we're down there for 6 months to a year to 2 to 5 to whatever, how long, you know? Because if you think about it, too, at current technological speeds, it takes us like 6 months to get to Mars, you know? And that's just on the shuttle itself, or the whatever rocket or whatever they're using. A steamboat mod would be cool. I really want, you know what I want is a water wheel. It's not really a boat, but I want an alternate form of power generation in this game that does not rely on the wind. But you could use technology from that in order to further space exploration. 100%. That's what I'm thinking, Lauren. Is like, not only would it allow us to put our astronauts or, you know, our psychology to the test, but it would also, I'm sure, further development of new technologies and stuff. Soma is a horror game in an underwater lab. Oh, okay. See, I'm only familiar with Soma as a reference from A Brave New World, the novel by Aldous Huxley. It's like a future dystopian world, and in that, the drug that everybody takes is called Soma. That's the only reference I know that from. There's a mod called Jonas Boat. Oh, it's pretty neat looking. I'm fine. Wait. I mentioned this part of a fruit press. Rod's on about his name. Oh, poor Rod. You know, my stepdad's name is Rod. Let's see. I'd love to see a Steam train mod, even though the devs are already working. Yeah. Oh, rail system. That was always one of my favorite things to do playing Minecraft, was set up like a big roller coaster, basically, all about my base. Yeah, that would be fun. And I know for sure they're definitely going to include those. Okay, let's pray we can get through down here. Oh, I really don't want to have to, like, turn around or leave the boat. I'm not going to leave the boat. Whoa. Getting a little close to the land there. My stepdad is called Rod too, but short for Roderick. Oh, that's a cool name. I'm Dominican, so my family's names are basically nonsense. Aw. Uh-oh. Let's see, do you think there'll ever be bigger boats? I want warships. Maybe. I'm sure that there would be mods that will add them eventually, you know? It's hard to say, though. They do have a roadmap on their website, but it's not, like, super specific. It doesn't give dates and stuff, in other words. Pray to Pan. Let's see. Come on, let me get through. Let me get through here. I have an aunt named Yudelka and a cousin named Yarabo. Wow, that one sounds Japanese. I'm Jamaican, so my family had like royal British sounding names. I'm just saying a full galleon would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool for a multiplayer server, for sure. Have everybody at their own position on the boat. Let's see, I really hope custom built boats becomes a thing. Yeah, that would be sick. Well, you know, one thing it says on the wiki, and I mentioned this in my previous stream, see the mast here, right here? Eventually, you're going to be able to chisel like a mast head. And it's not exactly custom boats, but you will be able to design your own like dragon head or, you know, busty mermaid or something if you want that to be on the front of your ship. Let's go. More magic and religion to be added to the lore. I'm not sure about that. There is a well, I think there's some magic related mods, right? I've never played with them, so I shouldn't make too many statements about them. God damn it, this is going to be blocked off, isn't it? Oh no. Come on. Let me get through here. Damn it. Damn it. Alright, hold your horses, people. Well, I mean, we just got to keep trying west. We got to keep going. I feel like the only Gen Z person here, everyone's so mature. I think as far as magic goes, the vanilla game is leaning towards transmutation alchemy. There's a lot of hints in the lore. You never know when a fireball will come in handy. That's true. That's true. Oh man, that reminds me of Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead. That's how I got killed on my last run. Yikes. Alright. See, you got some Gen Z company in here, my friends. Not to worry, not to worry. When we're in the stream playing Vintage Story, we're all the same age, right? Everybody is just... The only difference is, are you a commoner? Are you a hunter? What are the other classes in this game? I don't know. I never play them. Are you a clockmaker? Let's see. That's the only differences. That is a D&D reference, I think. A griffin mount would be cool. It could be a WoW reference. They have fireballs and griffin mounts in WoW. Of course, that's D&D inspired, but, you know. Let's go. We're all vintage here. That's right. We're all citizens of the Vintage Story world. Is that a chicken on the bottom of the ocean down there? I'm seeing dark shapes in the water. Oh, it's one of the portals. See that? I was like, what is that? Let's dive in and go look at it. It's a freaking portal. Okay. Crap. See, this is what sucks, because I know this is going to be a long trip. Even if it was just a straight shot, you know, even if I didn't have to turn around at all, it would be a long, laborious trip. But with all these backtracks, could be very frustrating. Let's see. Kobold rogue who loves shiny stuff. The only other option would be to come all the way back over to this part of the world and then try our luck going down to the east. So I don't know. We'll keep going. We'll keep moving. Alright. Hug the coast here. Man, I haven't really been looking for limestone too much, but we'll keep our eyes peeled. We'll keep our eyes peeled here. Thanks for coming by the stream, everybody. Appreciate y'all stopping by. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button on the stream. Get the algorithm to spread it around a little bit. Oh, crap. Okay, no, we've gone completely the wrong direction here, people. We've got no choice at this point but to turn around. Look at that. Yeah, it wraps all the way back up this way, doesn't it? Crap. Oh, well. Nothing to do. We're explorers. That's how it goes. This is why I wanted to bring plenty of food, too. It really seems like there's going to be a way to transmute lead into gold based on historical research into alchemy. Wagons east, yeah. Let's go. I guess we could continue north for a while, but that seems almost futile. You think they'll add transmutation? That could be cool. I don't know, though. Thinking about, like, I guess I would want that, but there's not that much use for gold, you know? Like, does anybody use gold for anything other than lining their lanterns with it? That's the only use I think. I've got one gold plate, and it's right here in this lantern. I guess you could make gold armor, but it would be garbage, right? It would just look cool. Let's see. Other races to the game? Oh, you mean like, you're talking like kobolds and stuff. You know what? I'm pretty sure I did see a kobold mod. I don't know. You can make gold using particle collision, but it's not economically viable. Are you talking in real life? Let's see. As a hint at it, in real life, it's only ever used to research alchemy, but pouring sulfuric acid to it. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Hey, Win says I usually do my initial exploration with a raft so I can pick it up as needed. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, because then I could have cut across the land a couple of times. Will. Oh, look, my guy's stretching. No stretching. No sleeping on this sea trip. You know, it really makes me wish I had turned down the landform in this world as it is. It's 70-30, so 30% ocean, 70% landmass. I should have flipped that around. Let's see. Gold is useful to flex the riches you have. I don't have anybody to flex to, unfortunately. Let's see. I mean, we can probably bet that the continent goes up that far, at least. Maneuver. Huh. Damn. Okay, just waiting for this map to open up here. Wait, did I get stuck? No, okay. Did we not explore down here? I thought we did. Yeah, I did. It's just the map hasn't unlocked yet. Nobody is thinking about titanium armor with the alchemy and Jonas parts. Ryan could be an Iron Man. You know, I was thinking about titanium stuff in after recording my most recent episode, which hasn't released yet. But I don't know. Can you make titanium armor in this game? Because so far the titanium that I've found have been crushing it, pulverizing it for refractory bricks, which in a way seems like a bit of a waste. But I don't know. I mean, could be that titanium is completely useless in any other way. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, at one point I was hoping to find a translocator that would like warp me really far to the south, but I don't think they'll go that far necessarily to put me into like a new biome. Let's see. Okay. Maybe I didn't explore over here. I swear I did, though. Yeah, we did. We did. Let's see. So, been reading the books they removed from the Bible recently. It makes you think about how much knowledge they've hidden from us. That's true. You want repulsors? Not currently, but I bet titanium will be the next metal tier after steel. They need something that's an upgrade if they plan on expanding the story content anymore. Okay. So you're saying you think that steel, if they go past the current lore, steel's just not going to cut it, huh? It's interesting. Yeah, so far I've only done the Resonance Archive, so I haven't gotten past that. in terms of the story, but I plan on getting it all done. We will for sure. Okay, maybe I didn't unlock down here. Let's keep traveling. Let's go. A little late, but speaking about boats, on the devlog and Vintage Story website, there's a huge ship, so they're probably working on bigger ships for vanilla. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun, especially, like I said, for multiplayer. I can see why that would definitely be desired. Also, would be cool, like, just have a bigger boat so you could, like, house a couple of, like, animals in it, and maybe even start, like, a little, like, a growing, like, have some planters or something so you could grow some crops. In other words, so you could make a nomadic lifestyle viable. You know what I'm saying? Because as it stands now, like, no, living in a boat and just traveling sounds fun, but you would miss out on so much, you know, of the game. Isn't there a titanium armor mod? I'm not sure about that specimen. That's a good question. I don't know. In preparation for the Great Flood, that's right. You've been thinking about bear taming. Anybody ever seen a bear cub? No, I've never seen a bear cub. I don't think they exist, but I might be wrong about that. You want a greenhouse boat now? I know. Greenhouse boat with like a little forge on it and an anvil so you could blacksmith up some stuff. To be honest, I thought a boat would be bigger and more livable. Yeah, that's probably what they're working on. A houseboat. Everybody wants a houseboat. Okay, we are just inching along here. Well, we have made some good progress since starting the stream. It's just I've had to backtrack a bit. I have a real strong feeling this is not going to allow us to go farther south, but I still have to check it. Yeah, you could make settlements as you go, Derek. That's true. If you're doing a nomadic, you could just stop and set up a little settlement. For sure. That's one option. I'm thinking like true nomad, though, you know. A bigger boat would be to hunt jaws. We need Ryan's Ark. I just want to make a zoo. Yeah, it doesn't have to be on a boat. I just want to make a zoo. Look at this. What is this? It's like the gates of Hercules right here. I guess we'll go through it and see if we get lucky. And dang it. Okay. So this is the coast where I had to park for the resonance. Hey, it's sunlight. The sun is up. We've got snow on the ground. Just looking at stuff here. We're moving. We're moving, people. Got plenty of food. All right. Yeah, you know, I did install a mod at one point which put sharks in the water, but it never worked for me, and I uninstalled it. I might try it again, though. Oh, okay. This is opening up pretty good over here. Some red clay. Ruins? Did I miss a ruin? Yeah, I'm not worried about stopping for ruins right now. Oh, I hope we don't have to backtrack again. Oh, crap. I think we do. Maybe we can just go through this way. Dang these continents. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, I think that's going to be a dead end. We'll see. Let's just wait for the map to open. Whoop, there it goes. Yep. All right, we're turning around. Gotta test it. Should be keeping my eyes out for fruit trees, too. I don't think we're, in any kind of a different biome, though. We're still in the same biome. It's not that big a deal. I've got enough pear and apple trees at this point. Yeah, that landmass does not want you to sail south. I know. I know, dude, man. I was worried that this would happen, but, you know, can't do anything about it. We got to get out here and explore at some point. Like Wynn said, it probably would have been smarter to bring my raft, but, well, if we had done that, I wouldn't have been able to, carry a bunch of stuff, but ultimately it doesn't matter what I'm carrying if I can't get to the south. Vegetarian playthrough, that's a good idea too. That's actually something I've thought about, but it wouldn't, the challenge wouldn't be in finding food. The challenge in a vegetarian run would only be in the fact that you have a diminished amount of hit points, I think. Because, hell, it's easier to just live off, grain. It's not hard to find, vegetation stuff. So that would be the reason why I wouldn't do a vegetarian run, just because I don't see a lot of challenge in it, to be honest. Let's see, would be hard, but mushroom, yeah, once you, actually start planting grain, too, like if you get a whole harvest of flax and rye and spelt, you're pretty much set. You don't have to worry about food after that. Soy is the only veg protein. Now, hey, Tim Peterson, what's up, brother? Finally catching another live stream. Welcome, my friend. Good to see ya. Been a while. Yep, it's not a Cataclysm stream. I know you're a big Cataclysm fan. We're playing some... Hey, and he comes in strong with the critical hit. Thanks for the super chat, buddy. Appreciate you. Good old Tim. And you know what, Tim? I still have Tim Peterson, the Cataclysm character. He has not died yet. I just stopped playing that run, but I really need to pick that one back up again. That was a fun one. Let's see. Been a while. I'm going to try this game. Oh, you should. You should, Tim. Yeah, it's obviously very different from Cataclysm, but this game is amazing. Vintage Story is super awesome. I love it. There's more interesting challenges than food, North Pole Equator. Yeah, I would actually like to try a North Pole run where I just live in the north. That would be difficult. Once you get peanuts, it's also a good source of protein. Brad Clark, let's see. Hell yeah. I'm unkillable. That's right, you are. You're still alive, my friend. Let's see. Do you have a tutorial series? I don't have a tutorial series. I've got 2 videos for new players. Actually, if you give me just a moment here, let me get my boat set and I'll link those to you. Yeah, I've got 2 videos for new players tips and tricks basically, and then I have a video tutorial sorry, I can't speak right now. I have a video tutorial about animal taming as well. All right, whoop, whoop, whoop. Just got to get this boat aimed in the proper direction here. So we're out sailing around right now, but of course, if you're new to Vintage Story, you're thinking about picking it up, this is actually not a sailing game, so don't be fooled by that. But we are sailing currently for a very specific reason. I'm trying to get to the southern regions of the world. There's all kinds of different foods and animals and stuff down there. Sorry guys, just 1 second. We'll be right back here. Okay. Copy. Good. Boom. And bam. There you go, my friend. So that's the little tutorial videos that I've done for Vintage Story. There's the good news is though that this game has definitely been picking up. More and more people are playing it. So there's quite a few really talented YouTubers out there covering it too now, which is good. I'm glad for that. Wait, what am I missing chats here? Yeah, everybody needs to play this game. I was on about fascism problems in the UFC. Interesting. Yeah, Tim's a big martial artist. Let's see. Been going crazy and no hope, Kata, but really want to try this. I would definitely try this one for sure. What am I trying to accomplish in the game right now? We're on a hunt. I'm trying to go south, but I'm getting stopped by the land here. So I'm trying to set up a second base down south. I've got a base up here. That's what all these little icons are for. These are notes that I've left myself, but this is where our current base is. Now I'm trying to head like really, really far south so we can reach a different biome or a different part of the world. Oh, crap. But honestly, there's a lot of stuff going on in my series. We just got steel production up and running, which is the highest tier of metal in this game, is steel. And there's always animal taming. I love the animals. It's one of my favorite parts for sure. Meat and alcohol are a thing in the game, but are coffee and teas and hot cocoa a thing? Yeah, not without mods. Okay, I'm hoping I can get through over here. Crap, I think... I'm not sure if we can get out of here. Oh, too much land mass. What's the command to change the land mass ratio? I might have to do that. No, I'm kidding. We won't. Let's see here. Gigantolopithecus, Blackie, Sasquatch, Sam Squanch. I'm with it. I would love to see some like other hominids running around. That'd be crazy. Especially big ones. Is it a sandbox? Yes. Well, yes, it is a sandbox. There are bosses and there's like story content, Tim. So actually in my current series, I just completed the first boss, what's called the Resonance Archives. But you can, since it is a sandbox, you don't have to beat any of that stuff if you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? It does unlock a couple specific crafting recipes, but it's not necessary, you know. But, yeah, and of course, keep in mind, too, that Vintage Story is still in early access, so there's going to be a lot more updates coming out and stuff. Yeah, the story content is very much optional, for sure, for sure. But it gives you cool stuff, too. I have a feeling I might have to turn around, but I just want to investigate every little nook and cranny here. Oh, my God. A world without hot cocoa is a world I don't want to live in. I can appreciate that. Alright. Oh, no. Well, it's bad news, everybody. We're having to backtrack pretty substantially here. Damn it. Yeah, I have to go all the way back around as far as I can see it. Well, not to worry. We got to be prepared for disappointment on this journey. We might not make it to the desert in one trip or in one episode, but we'll get there. We will for sure. Just going to take patience and perseverance, which we have. We have that in spades, right, everybody? Let's go. All right. Oh, a Mothman mod. That would be too scary. I don't want Mothman. Hunting Bigfoot in GTA San Andreas was the highlight of my childhood. That sounds awesome. Yeah, it does seem like I'm possibly landlocked, I know. Damn it. I might have to travel to the south over the land. The land cover command is world... Now, okay. But thank you, Bill Beto. Also, welcome to the stream, my friend. Good to see you again. So, if I were to change that now, though, for one thing, it would only affect... With the numbers, gotcha. Okay, wait. It would only affect... Why does it keep doing that? Oh, that's weird. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it right now. I think I bound my L button to something because it's closing the window. Yeah, that's odd. Oh, okay. So it won't let me type it without closing the window now? It hasn't always been like that. Okay. World config. Oh, is there limestone? No, I don't think so, but we'll check it. We'll only change undiscovered areas. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I think that's sandstone and granite. Okay, so how do I put in the numbers, though, exactly? Land cover. So you said replace the brackets with a number of 0, of 1 or less. Wait, so if I want to reduce the land cover, what should I put the numbers to? I don't quite understand what my numbers, the ratio there. So is the first one the land, the second one the water? It looks like butter. I have to do it another time. I don't know. Come on, let's travel again. Wait, if you type it without a number, it should tell you what the current value is. Oh, okay. Oh, so okay, so it's 0.7 because it's a 70/30. Okay, so you only put in one. Wait, what? You only put in one number, I and E. I'm still a little confused here. So the rest is water. So let's do 0.5. 0.5? Okay, value set. Oh, restart the game. Damn it. That's okay. Right. I want a smaller number. Gotcha. Well, so right now, then at 0.5, that means the world is half-half, right? 50% water, 50% land. Yeah, I'm not going to restart it now. It takes forever for my server to boot up. Or not my server, but my world. But not to worry. If we have to, we can always return home, play with the animals a little bit, and we can make this journey another time. You know, coming to the south is not necessary. It's just something I want to do. And I was hoping we could find a quick route, but yeah, no, this is definitely granite. Looks like there's claystone up there, though, maybe. Oh, well. Let's see. Yeah, not to worry. And it's good that we've explored this part of the world, too. Alright, where the hell am I? Let's wait for this map to open up. I think I have to go all the way around. Alright, no worries. Here we go, people. Let's do this. Move. Alright. See, cool arch, though. Yeah, the land generation in this game is really stunning sometimes, for sure. I like it a lot. It's hard for me to decide on a place to, like, when I first start a world, like, I'm always really torn about where I should settle down and start building, because I'm like, I know that if I start building on one location and then I look around a little bit more, I'm going to find something else that I love even more. But, okay. Oh, well. Maybe we should just look at the land as we sail. That way we're not staring. Oh, there's a bunch of quartz. Yeah, not talking about... Oh, there's a nice little ruined structure right over there. Not stopping for it, though. Not stopping. Let's see here. Okay. If you do a desert base, a Spanish villa with a bathhouse would be cool. Oh, that would be cool. Excuse me. Yeah, I like the idea of chiseling up like working fountains. I do have a fountain back at my home base, of course. For anybody who's tuned into the series, you've seen that probably. What is that? It's an odd little structure. Is that a set of ruins, maybe? Let's see. If you still don't find surface limestone, you can try digging under claystone. You found it like that before? Oh, okay. That's a good tip for sure. Make a little boathouse for the sailboat. That's not a bad idea. It does. It looked like a beach ship, didn't it? Kind of. Yeah, it did. Oh, this is definitely a ruined structure right here. I think there's more ruins here. Alright, so now we turn north. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Oh, man, oh, man. Yep, I think it's about time to have a little meal. Yeah, we've been doing good on food. I definitely brought enough. Let's fill on up. There we go. Oh, yes, people. So I'm going to be streaming tomorrow, but tomorrow it'll be over on Twitch. And I will be doing some Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead tomorrow. We're in the middle of a cannibal run, which is a lot of fun. But then on Sunday, I'm going to be streaming some Vintage Story again over on Twitch. But just letting you guys know, if you're interested, my Twitch link is down in the description too. All right, let's see. Curious about all these red trees up here. Are they just maples that are turning? Is Cataclysm like RimWorld? No, yes and no. They're very different games. RimWorld is a colony management game, and Cataclysm is a roguelike. It's an open world roguelike, so they are very different. Cataclysm is permadeath, so once your character dies, it's game over. Yeah, very foggy for sure. In RimWorld, you don't necessarily die if your character dies, depending on how many colonists you start with. But I would say that RimWorld is far more similar to Dwarf Fortress. In fact, I'm pretty sure that the developers got some inspiration from Dwarf Fortress while they were developing RimWorld. But that's another one that I've featured on my channel several times, and I plan on doing more RimWorld content too in the future. But it's good to take a break every once in a while. Hey, believe it or not, I think I've got something like over 4,000 hours in RimWorld. I'd have to double check my Steam account, but a lot of that is actually just downtime. Oh, this is interesting. Looks like we might have an interesting little arch dead ahead of us. What's that little... Yeah, let's go investigate. Yeah, but before I started playing Cataclysm and more recently Vintage Story, I would say that RimWorld was in my top 5 favorite games of all time for sure. And it's kind of amazing to think that, like, just in the past couple of months, I discovered both Cataclysm and Vintage Story. And without exaggeration, these two games have quickly made it to the top of that list, like my top 5 all-time games. Vintage Story and Cataclysm are in that list now, for sure. Let's see. How many times have you launched a spaceship in RimWorld? I think only twice, JJ, believe it or not. Wow, that is kind of a cool little structure right there, huh? Look at that curve on it. It's kind of wicked. Yeah, believe it or not, I think I did it once on my own before I ever made my channel. And then I did it once in a playthrough to as a victory condition, obviously. But I can tell you I've had colonies get wiped out far more often than I've beat the game, but that's fairly common. Just like Dwarf Fortress. Now, what is this? Is this hold on. Oh, it's chert. Does anybody have anything to do with chert? What's the purpose of chert, people? No, we'll keep moving. I'm waiting for the Oblivion remaster. That would be cool. Do you think it's possible to launch a ship on the hardest difficulty I've tried? Oh, yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I can't remember, JJ, what difficulty I was playing when I launched my ship, but I will tell you that I rarely play on anything but the losing is fun difficulty. I've done Blood and Dust a couple of times, but no, I usually play on the hardest difficulty. It's definitely doable, but the thing about the hardest difficulty is there's a very, very steep, early game difficulty curve. If you don't get over that, in the first year or two, then your colony is almost certainly going to die, But let's see. Sure, it doesn't do anything special, just a red rock. Okay, cool. I've got bauxite. That fills my need for red rocks. Oh, man. Okay. Let's head north. Yeah, that's another really great part of this game that Minecraft doesn't have is the chiseling. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, too, because I haven't played Minecraft or I've never played Terra Firmacraft, but do they have chiseling in the game now? Or is that exclusive to Vintage Story? I'd like to be able to tell people it's exclusive to Vintage Story, but... Alright, let's see here. Dare catch the VOD for Cataclysm. It's a fun and interesting game. Yeah, I've got tons of Cataclysm content on my channel. From edited Let's Play series to live stream VODs. Yeah, definitely many hours. Hundreds, in fact. But it's a tough one. Now, another good selling point of Cataclysm, though, is that it's free. You can download it from GitHub. You can also pay for it on Steam if you really want, but that's more or less just for supporting the developers. The game itself is free and very challenging. You know, when I first started playing it, I was very hesitant to pick it up and actually dive into it because I knew of it. I was aware of what kind of game it was. And I realized, too, that it was going to take many hours of just watching other people play it to try and figure it out. You know, a lot of dying is involved when you first start playing. I mean, hell, I still die on a regular basis. Chisel is pretty common in Minecraft mods. Oh, okay, it is, dude, man. Gotcha. If we don't make it anywhere, at least we went on a lovely adventure and had wonderful conversations. That's right, my friend. It's not the destination, it's the journey. So true, so true. All this ice that's starting to form, that's going to make searching for limestone much more difficult. But look at the foliage on these trees. It is beautiful. Look at the bear. Look, he's going for the turkey again. Look, the bear. This is literally the same bear that we saw on the way here, isn't it? I think that turkey got away. And I think the bear drowned itself. The turkey, he's gone. Oh, you can't come back without a lobster. Drop the cages. No, thank you. I'm going to side with the prisoners from the 1800s, and I'm not going to eat them. I think in just a very big lake. Yeah, that's entirely possible. Okay, we gotta go down here. Yeah, this is where we came through. You know, the thing is, man, when I spawned this world, I generated on an island, you know? And then I set my base up on an island. So I just, for some reason, assumed, oh, yeah, we'll be able to sail right to the Resonance Archives or wherever. But no, apparently we can't. I think I'm going to turn down the landmass even further, to be honest with you guys. I might go down to 0.3, 3070. That's quite a lot of water, but I mean, at this point, I've already got enough landmass here in my current discovered world, you know. I would say that if the rest of the world was nothing but ocean, I'd be okay with that. Can't come back without a lobster. You're in a Great Lake. Welcome to Minnesota. Oh, God. I think Wynn's earlier advice about using the raft because you can pick it up, yeah, that would have been smarter. At least on our initial, reconnaissance. Okay, I can't see here. Can I zoom out more? No. Ocean generation is still a bit weird, but I guess it makes sense lore-wise. A broken world. That's true. That is true. Total upheaval of everything from civilization to the geography itself, people. Actual ratio is 70-30. Would be cool. That's right, Karad. You're right. I mean, the real Earth has a ratio of roughly about that, doesn't it? Yep. And like I said, I mean, if we look, there's a lot of land around me, so it's not like I'm hurting for land or anything. Okay, so we're losing light. Let's go to our map view. Let's see. So we've been streaming for about 85 minutes, an hour and 20. We could continue to sail, and we could try this other side of the world, or we can just return back home and mess around. You know, maybe we can work on some stuff, but I'm almost leaning towards returning home at this point, because now that I've changed my world settings, like I have to save and restart the game, obviously, for those to take effect. So I feel like probably be better off journeying next time, you know? See if we can't turn that into another live stream or something. I hate to do it, but I think we should probably return home. Oh, actually, no, I got a better idea. I know where we can go. We'll go up here. Yeah, I need to go harvest some olivine, or whatever the hell it's called. Yeah, so we'll head up there. So, let's see. So, just delete that. Yeah, so I have found titanium, and I have a little bit of olivine that we've discovered, but I need a bunch more of this stuff. Number one, I'd like to use it for the high-level refractory bricks, but it also is a really nice green color, and I think we can use it to dye glass and maybe some other stuff too. So I'm always on the lookout for pretty blocks. We need good-looking blocks so we can make good-looking buildings, you know? Oh, imagine a greenhouse made of nothing but green glass. Oh yeah, there we go. It's going to be a literal greenhouse, you know? Okay. Let's see here. We could go north and try and, like, discover a new route, but I'll probably just get stopped by some sort of stupid landmass again. Let's see, the game's immersion with just sounds is incredible. Green greenhouse, the greenest of greens. That's right. And of course, you know, I would chisel all the glass too, so it wouldn't have those black borders on it. Yeah, it would look amazing. Let's see, green glass lighthouse would be really fun too. I think it would. I mean, honestly, I don't see much purpose for colored glass other than that. Let's see. Oof, this is the big ocean here, people. Or maybe it's just a big lake, like you said. But there's a lot of water here. We're traveling. Let's go. Green greenhouse would be dope. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Oh, my gosh. Take a quick drink here. Appreciate everybody coming by the stream today. Thank you for coming and hanging out. All right. Make sure you guys hit that like button too on the video for sure. It always helps out the channel. Maybe we get some new folks in here. Man, oh man. Vintage Story. Definitely in the top 5 games right now. I'm so addicted to it too. I've actually been having trouble coming up with shorts, not because I lack the content, but because I don't want to actually sit and edit. I just want to get on in the mornings and play. Normally I make shorts like early in the morning before I go to work when I'm just sitting there drinking coffee. But now I'm like logging in just to like milk my sheep and like grind out some stuff. Oh man. Would be cool if you could combine the glass in like a window that churches. Yeah. Oh, like a stained glass. Yeah. Maybe you can. You might be able to with chiseling. Yeah, you can combine chiseled blocks. You might be able to. I've not actually tried to chisel glass because I think it would be very difficult. But if it was colored and if you were adding colors to it, yeah, I think that could actually be kind of badass. Ooh, now I'm starting to think of like a whole wall of like glass. Just imagine a wall of white glass that you've gotten all the edges out of, you know, so it's chiseled clear, and then go in with a bunch of colored blocks in your inventory, reds and greens and stuff, and do like Derek said, just make like a whole stained glass mosaic or something. That would be really cool. I bet you could do it. World map in glass. Yes, there you go. I don't know how that works with light passing through the multicolored glass. Oh, that's true. Yeah, that'd be worth checking out just to see what happens. Little experiment. Alright, so we're almost back to our little home island, but like I said, we're going to bypass it. It's not too far. The olive grove, the olive island, it's not far. In an online server, you could make an invisible bridge with chiseled glass. Wait, you could do that in a single player server too, right? Why did you say specifically an online server? Just to mess with people? Goat supremacy? Actually, I prefer sheep. Have the base color be colored glass to make it more visible. Oh, okay. You could, but you'd know it was there. Okay, I see. So you're saying doing it as like a troll. Yeah, I get you. I get you. Same way of like if you're the chef in your multiplayer server, just put some poisonous mushrooms in their food. You know, it's a funny trick. When they go to eat it, they'll lose health instead of gain it. Sheep are not to be trusted. I like the sheep because they don't run as much. Like they're easier to milk in the early generations. I haven't domesticated anything yet, but yeah, it's just goats are a little too flighty. Could be a wolf, Green Lantern, a glass sky bridge would be cool. Hell yeah. Oh, I'm all about the sky bridges too. We're traveling, people. Let's go. My Gen 6 sheeps. Oh my god, Gen 6, bro. That's huge. I've got Gen 4 right now. And I only have one female and she keeps having male babies. So I can't get her onto the next generation. But I'm trying. Oh, you know what I've thought about, Derek? Actually, not necessarily an underwater base, although that would be cool. It would be difficult, though. I'm not sure if it would be possible. But one thing I'd like to do is set up like a giant aquarium in my base. Like I want to build like a large glass structure and just fill it with water. And then somehow try and get some fish in it and some plants and stuff. There's not a lot of variety of fish in this game, though. So it would probably look cool, but I don't know. It seems like it'd be a lot of work for just something which would be a little bit lackluster. You could live off fish and kelp. I don't think... Can you eat the kelp in this game? I don't know if you can. I've tried to hunt fish before, but every time I kill a fish and go to skin or fillet it, it produces no meat. I don't know if I've ever gotten fish meat in this game. Is that even a thing? Oh, these are... Yeah, raw fish fillet. Huh. Raw fish. There it is. I didn't even think it was real, but it is. Sushi rolls. They're in expanded foods. You can build a glass wall for a lake. Build a house there. A kelp cheese redhead stew sounds delicious. You are hungry, aren't you, Derek? Let's see here. All right. Oh, this is my salt dome right here. Happens to be in this part of the world. Very, very chunky salt dome. All right, we're moving. What a disappointment. Yeah, no, I guess I'm okay with the fact that we didn't make it to the south, but damn it, I wish there had been just a nice, easy sea route. Oh, did I hit the water? Or the land, I mean. Oh, those are mushrooms. Let's move, people. Let's move. I think raw fish is better saturation. Wait, what? Oh, really? Oh, wait, I think I've heard that, David, actually. I think I have heard that. Eating raw fish has better saturation than the cooked raw fish. Let's see. I go to work in like 2 hours and I'm eating fish tonight. Right on, Derek. Hell yeah. I got some fish sticks in the freezer. HD Canal. Yeah, I'm telling you what. Well, if you missed it earlier, one of the chatters gave me the command to change the landmass in the world. So I reduced it. You know what? In fact, let's just reduce it again. There you go. What do we say? 0.3. Okay. Yeah, so now I've just set the land mass. I've reduced it even further in this world to only 30%. So we have 30% land cover, 70% ocean now in this world. But I do have to save and restart it for it to take effect. And of course, that's only going to affect parts of the map that we haven't discovered yet, so it doesn't change what we see, just what we can't see. You ever try playing on a water world? No, Smoke, but I think having set this down to 30%, this is going to be the closest thing I've got. Let's see, ornamental fish mod is great for your... Oh, that's... Okay, there you go, Win. Why should I be limited by vanilla fish only when we can just install a mod? Working in a diner really helps cut down on groceries. Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. I used to work at a place called Perkins. It's kind of like a Denny's, but they used to serve the best pot pies. They'd have like these frozen pot pies, but they weren't like the little crappy store, like grocery store kind. There was like a full meal pot pie. Oh my God, I used to take those home every night. I'd order them and take them home for dinner. Yeah. Food service is hell, though, at least here in the States. I don't know what it is, but there's like this really toxic work culture in food service. And maybe it's not like this in every single restaurant, but the restaurants that I've worked at, man, it's just a really high stress environment. If you're in a really fast paced, busy restaurant, people don't mess around, man. Like, I work in retail now. And like, if I yell at somebody or if I get frustrated with somebody being slow and I say something mean to them, everybody freaks out. Like, oh my God, you got to be nice. You can't be mean to anybody. You're going to hurt their feelings. You go into a restaurant and you mess something up. I mean, the cook is going to chew you out. You know what I'm saying? There's like, they don't put on kid gloves at those places. Hospital food service. And oh yeah. I can imagine. Smoke Show says, I bought this game last week, have started and restarted 30 times. Haven't figured out what kind of a world I want yet. Ouch. Yeah, that's rough. It is tough. If you're restarting a bunch, you'll eventually come on to. You'll figure out what you want for sure. And there are mods too, by the way, Smoke, that will affect world generation. If it's something like that, you're just not happy with the way the land looked, you wanted rivers, there's a mod that adds rivers. If you think that the land is like too hilly, you wanted something flatter, for instance, there's also a mod that flattens out world generation. So if you haven't already, maybe take a look at some of the mods. That might help you get a world that you really like. Derek plans on doing a lot of fishing this year. 70 pounds of fish for the winter. That's a good goal. Same in the UK, probably all over. Restaurants are all understated. Yeah, 100%. Like I said, just really, really fast-paced environment, Diner I work at, we take noble. Yes, I'm telling you, man. I downloaded a Terra Pretty. There you go, Smoke. Yeah. That'll probably help. That will probably help you. There we go. So our current destination is the green pickaxe right here. There's a little island up here with olivine. Oh, wow. We just walked right over that piece of land right there. Yeah, I think that's why Gordon Ramsay is so popular, because, other than the fact that he's an incredibly talented chef, but he very much epitomizes like that restaurant culture, his like scream at you in your face attitude if you do something wrong. It's like, yeah, that pretty much exemplifies it. Let's see. Pretty has gorgeous sunsets. It's raw. It's raw. What's that one meme with the girl where he holds the two pieces of bread up next to her face and goes, "What are you?" And she goes, "I'm an idiot sandwich." All right, let's move. Let's go, people. Let's go. Yeah, I love Gordon. I love cooking shows. For some reason, I've always been into cooking shows. It's like relaxing, you know. But Gordon's are not relaxing. They're more like intense. You know, he was a professional football player, soccer for us Americans. Before he got into, he like hurt himself, and so he had to find like another career. But it makes sense if you think about it. Dude's super intense. All right, we're on our way. Idiot sandwich. I know I love Ramsey. I can understand why some people might not like him, but yeah, I think he's a very genuine guy. You know, he's just passionate. Gordon is a sweetheart in real life, such a different dude outside the restaurant. You know, Rod, I can believe that. You know, he's got that show, Hotel Nightmares, or no, what is it? Hotel Hell. And it's the one where he travels to different restaurants and will like critique them and give them like advice, you know, and that's where you see some of the craziest people. But there's an American version of that show and there's a British version of the show. And I think the British version was like filmed first, you know, that blew up in England, then he came over here. But if you watch the British version, he is so much nicer in it than like when he comes to America and does it over here. I think like the show in America is more about like his personality, you know, but like if you watch the one that takes place in the UK, it's more about actually trying to help them to establish a restaurant that will function. But it's funny. All right. Ooh, traveling at night. Doesn't it feel like this whole trip has been at night? God, when is it ever daytime? One of the local drug addicts would steal people's cigarettes that packs in Nintendo balls to steal plates. Okay. Let's see, if you watch the show where he cooks with the kiddos. Oh, is that Master Chef, but like the kids version? Yeah, he's got like 5 children of his own. He's definitely a family man. Let's see here. Got some stuff. See, I saw him cooking with kids on a morning show. He's so kind. I think the Americans on this show are more resistant to help. Oh, definitely. They're more likely to be crazy, is what it is. Not to stand up to him. Although they'll do that, but they do it because they're nuts. Master Chef Junior. Yeah, there you go. Auto marker mod changed my life. Such a lifetime saver. How do you turn that on? You know, Smoke, I have the auto marker mod installed, but I've literally never used it because I don't know how to turn it on. And I think it's just in the mod page description, but I never read it. Oh, okay. Shift Control M. I thought it was just Control M, but you're saying it's... Oh, I just hit the wrong button. Oh, crap. Okay, maybe I won't do that right now. Hold on. Oh, look, my boat is all covered in snow. I didn't even know that. Look. The boat is snowy. Maybe not while the boat. Control Alt Delete. Oh, that's an Americans scare me. Yeah, they probably should. No, I work with a lot of Americans. In fact, it's all Americans. Polar plunge. Yeah, that's right. Did I lose my lantern again? Oh, how dare you. Now, my bismuth lantern is still in my inventory with my gold lining. You were there for that one, weren't you, Derek? Yeah. I actually turned that into a short, too, so you might have seen it in a short form. Oh, all right. Oh, all right, we need to turn. Oh, good. It's 5 a.m., so the sun should be coming up just as we're about to touch ground here. Let's go. Respect for the fallen lantern. I know, somewhere out there in the ocean, there's a lantern at the bottom of the sea. Probably won't be found for millions of years until an alien species comes and starts to strip mine the world. Something. Titanium lantern. Oh, nice. Its sacrifice won't be forgotten. I actually kind of want to see a titanium ingot. Like I said, I've found titanium, but I've been pulverizing it. Like, because that's what you have to do for the refractory bricks. You don't actually use the metal. You just use the ore. Alright, we're gonna make landfall. There's a big old mountain here, isn't it? It's a little bitty tiny island directly ahead of us. And I just ran into it. Alright, so we have been to this location before. And I confirm... Oh, shoot. You know what I wanted to bring out here? You know that... Has anybody used the stone quarry mod? I like that mod a lot. As somebody who's been getting into chiseling, and I like to chisel with polished blocks. Yeah, the stone quarry mod is pretty cool. But I didn't bring any of my stuff with me, unfortunately. But what I want to do, though, is I want to come here and get a bunch of this periodite stone. Is that what it's called? Periodite? What? There we go. Yeah. Where is it? It's up here. Look at this. Look at this beautiful green color. I'm going to need some green blocks for chiseling. Oh my god, I could make some serpents or something with this stuff. Alright, let's go. Cue the Kraken. Don't even joke. No sea monsters, please. I don't need to die out here. Alright, so I've got my steel pickaxe. Let's put our iron pro pick down there. Alright, we're ready. Let's go, people. Look, there's Olivine right there above us. Look how bright and shiny the sailboat looks. Okay. Just gonna let it fall to the ground. We'll go down there and scoop it up in a moment. Yeah. 17%. Alright, let's just dig. Dig. Stone core is almost necessary for large-scale builds. Yeah. For sure. Getting, like, actual whole stone blocks the old-fashioned way is very much a pain in the butt. And I gotta say that the way that the stone quarry mod does it, like, I like it. It feels like a true vintage story mechanic, you know? You gotta make the tools for it. The different levels of metal will, like, affect different sizes of stone. So, yeah, I like it. Alright, so if anybody's unaware, this olivine here, this stuff, see it says when crushed. No, it says requires pulverizer tier 3. That's what I want this stuff for. Because it will turn into crushed olivine, which we can then use to make tier 3 refractory bricks. And when you get a steel furnace, you want this high tier brick. Because these bricks don't last. Like, they will break down. Every time you make steel, you lose bricks. Because it's such a hot process. But this olivine is going to help us. And it's important because I still haven't found limestone yet. So I don't actually have the ability to make any more mortar. Okay. Let's keep going here. How long is the despawn timer for items in this game? Smoke, it is 10 minutes of a chunk that is loaded. So if you drop an item in a chunk and then leave that chunk, it won't despawn. It'll still be there even days later. But if it's in a chunk that you're still in and that's loaded up, it's 10 minutes. Wallen mods, a butcher mod would be cool. I think there isn't there a mod that allows you to, like, hang up the whole carcass of the animal or something like that? Are chunks 16 by 16 in, like, in Minecraft? That's actually a good question. I don't know. 32 by 32. Thank you, dude, man. I wonder why they made that change, just to be different than Minecraft. My guy's getting cold. Not really ready to leave yet, though. Let's go up to the top here. We'll start a fire and warm up or something. Oh, let's see. Good reflexes. Thank you, JJ. I've responded to many cave-ins now. in this run. It's happened many a time, my friend. Nope. Okay. Let's go back down and start the fire. Yeah, down in our little impromptu cave area. Okay, let's see. Where is it? Oh, it's a little farther down. Wait, no, I missed it. Let's see. A log cabin in the settlement would be cool. I do have a log cabin, believe it or not. That is my main structure, is a log cabin. Although it's made of birch, so I don't know if it's really all that cool. Birch gets a bad name. It might be incredibly ugly, but, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. Alright, we'll start a little fire up here on the side of this mountain. Just to warm ourselves up a little bit. Let's get some more best short ever. Alright. Yeah, we got to worry about, what are they called? Cave-ins. We'll just dig out this bottom layer. Let's go. Getting the olivine. We're going to head back to the base after this. Unfortunately, my grand plan of setting out and heading south was crushed. It was an utter failure, people. But it did prompt me to change the world settings, so now we have even less landmass, which is good. I think that's going... It makes the sailboat that much more important, you know? It's a much more prominent feature of our play now. Crushed like the olive and soon will be. Exactly. Very true. 100%. Back in the 1800s, they would have a cookhouse just because how dry it was in the main house. Wouldn't catch on fire. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. I think that's also why they had outhouses, too. Not because of fires, but, you know, it's pretty smelly. Alright, let's do this. Now, I watched, it was like a reality show, but it was about homesteaders in Alaska. People, families who, like, live up in northern Alaska or wherever, where you get, like, you know, dozens of feet of snow in the winter and crap like that. It was really interesting, though. Like, here, and they all, whoa. Yeah, they all have outhouses there. Oh, Jesus, that is a lot of olivine. Yeah, but one of the guys was like, people always comment about the outhouse and think it's primitive. And he's like, I don't think it's very advanced to, you know, take a shit 5 feet from the same place that you prepare your food. And after he said that, I was like, wow, holy crap, he's right. You're like, I want an outhouse. But he also had to wade through like dozens of feet of snow every time he had to go take a pee. All right, let's see. Do we have enough? Oh, yeah, I've got 2 sacks of it. Yeah, that should be enough. All right, so that's still burning. Let's not waste any firewood. I'll just leave this here because we'll probably return to this spot for more olivine at some point. And down we go, people. Onto the frost-covered boat. Let's get ourselves a meal. Here, fill that up. Let's go. Okay. And whoop. Don't work. Can I get in it? Oh, I put... there we go. Nope, wrong side. Alright, and we're off. We're moving again, people. Alright, switch that. Alright, we're good. Will I just replace the windows in the house with colored glass? Maybe. Although I can say that the olivine I've got with me where am I going? The olivine I currently have is going to be for steel. It's going to be for our steel manufacturing. Like I said, I will definitely return to that place, and we'll be using that for colored glass eventually. But the priority for that olivine is definitely going to be for steel. All right, so we are headed home, people. Let's go. You guys are going to see probably a little bit of spoiler action when we get back there, but like I said, the next 2 episodes are already recorded. If you're interested, you can check those out by supporting me on Patreon. The link is down in the description. I put all my Let's Play series on Patreon early, and of course you can watch that without ads too. But anyway, enough of that. Let's see here. A beautiful blue window in the kitchen would be so beautiful. It would be. Once you get a steel furnace made of all T3 bricks, it's nearly permanent. Oh, only 1 in 1,000 of being damaged? Wow. I didn't realize it was that good. Hell yeah. Well, in that case, yeah. I'm going to start. And now, dude, man, correct me if I'm wrong here, but as I understand it, you can mix and match too, right? You can have like, because currently my structure is made of all tier 1, but now that I've got tier 3, I can just start plugging in tier 3s to any of the holes, and eventually the whole thing will be replaced with tier 3. Isn't that right? Because I think that's what it says on the wiki. Like, you can mix and match tiers. Yeah, swap in tier 3s as the old... Okay, cool. Excuse me. I do... Oh, man... Actually kind of makes me regret, but I do have a whole bunch of tier 1 refractory bricks already made and fired. You know what I was thinking, though, is I might actually make a second steel furnace. Yeah, I think I might. Again, the real problem with that is mortar. If I can find a limestone deposit, then it's no problem. But yeah, right now I just don't have the mortar for it. And it's hard as hell to find seashells. Those seashells do not spawn very much. Extra lurcher bricks are good for a beehive kill. Oh, yeah, thank you, dude, man. That's a good reminder, too. Because I had initially made those bricks because I wanted a beehive kill, but then I skipped that and just went straight to steel. But I do want to go ahead and go back and make a beehive kill. Okay, good point. Yeah, it is a good system, JJ. I like it. Can you make elk butt some armor? No, I don't think there's elk armor in the game. Guys, is there armor for the mount? I don't think there is there? Let me turn this way a little bit. Alright. Only in the elk armor DLC. Now, we were talking about RimWorld earlier, and I mentioned this before in streams, but it's got a really active modding community. And if you spend any time, like on the subreddit for RimWorld, you'll hear people ask questions like that. Oh, is this in the game, or is this in the game? And the most common response is, no, but there's a mod for that. And I have a feeling one day we're going to get to that point here in Vintage Story. People ask questions, is there armor for the elk? No, but there's a mod for it. I mean, in fact, we're very much at that point now in a lot of ways. But yeah, not quite everything. Yeah, not yet. One day we will be able to say, no, but there's a mod for it. Let's see. Yeah, I've installed a couple of new mods recently. One of them is the auto walk button, which I'm currently using to sail. Now, here's the interesting thing about this mod. I wasn't able to find it initially. People told me, yeah, there's a mod just for auto walk, and all I could find was Dana's Tweaks. If you know anything, Dana's Tweaks encompasses a whole bunch of changes, not just an auto walk, and I didn't really want that. I just wanted one button. And the problem was, I was searching for the 1.2 version of it, but that doesn't exist. This mod is an outdated auto walk mod, but it still works. And it's actually made by Dana as well. The same author as Dana's Tweaks, but it's just not being upgraded, and yet it still works. And thanks to Win498, I also installed the Vanity mod too. So currently we're able to see what I'm wearing here, and my armor doesn't cover it. Although I'm currently wearing my fur coats and stuff, so it actually looks very similar to my Gamboy stuff, but Mechanical Companion mod is one I really want to try if I do a Clockmaster playthrough. Clockmaker. Yeah, the auto for sailing, that's really all I wanted it for. Like, doesn't really serve much of a purpose on land because it doesn't make you sprint. You just walk, you know? But yeah, for sailing, 100% necessary. Okay. We're almost home, people. We're almost there. I feel like samurai armor would be cool. There's probably a mod for that. If there's not, there soon will be. So the mechanical companion mod, dude, is so the clockmaker gets a companion, right? You can get a locust companion. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I've never played the clockmaker. Uh-oh. Wolf boy. But now you're saying that the mechanical companion mod, what does that do? Does that upgrade it so you can make like something better than a stupid locust? Bamboo exists. Sounds dope. I need bamboo. That's why I wanted to head south. It's more like advanced locust pet. It has a lantern. Oh, okay. So it's not necessarily better at fighting. It's just okay. It's more utility. Oh, Japanese-inspired building would be cool. Primitive cannons would be ace. Bombard a wolf. It'd be a bit of overkill, but I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. Oh, I most definitely would. But it would be overkill. But it would be worth it. I've been using that. Dude, man, it's fun. I might have to try the clockmaker as my next class. I've been going with commoner just because I don't want to worry about the penalties, but clockmaker is kind of cool. You get the special pets, and it only takes 2 temporal gears to repair a translocator instead of 3, which is a really big deal, especially early game. So a throwing knife mod once. Oh, that would be super cool. Look at this fog, people. I've got a bubble of clear air around me. Okay, let's see. Don't build it upstairs, though. Can't really use translocators. Let's see here. Oh, crap. I'm not even paying attention, people. Not even sure where I was going there for a second. In the wrong direction. It's easy to get turned around out here in this fog, isn't it? Come on, let's get this done correctly. Alright, so we're headed for this purple star. That's my boat dock, so that's where we're headed for. I just got to get around here. Okay, we're almost there. Oh man, I'm so disappointed I didn't get to go south. Crap. I guess in my mind I thought it would be just as easy as flying in creative mode or something, but no. The land mass had different plans today. But like I said, it's good. I was able to change that landmass number. I'm actually really, really curious now what the world is going to look like. Like, if I get to the south now, is it just going to be a bunch of tiny little islands? Hope I didn't screw myself over. But not to worry. I'm sure we'll be able to find something down there. If you don't get a gun mod, look up the pepper box. It's basically a shotgun pistol with multiple barrels. So that's interesting. Okay. I hate this fog. We're moving. Yeah, we might try that gun mod at some point. You know, actually, that would be really cool with the dinosaurs. Like, because for bears and wolves, I feel like, and even with drifters and stuff, I feel like a gun is kind of overpowered. But if I start installing dinosaurs and all kinds of terrifying creatures and animals, a gun might be a very smart mod to put in. I kind of like that idea. More and more now that I talk about it, I'm thinking that is a good idea. I'm really curious about the progression of it. Like, how hard is it to make those guns? Is it like a really laborious process? I'd kind of like it to be. tuning in, turning VS into Turek. There you go. You know it, JC. Thanks for coming by the stream, everybody. Appreciate you guys stopping by today. Oh, so unfortunately my plans to head south were, well, they were a failure. But it's not going to keep me down, people. We're returning home, and one day we will set sail, I promise. Okay, let's back her on up. Still haven't built a proper pier here, which I do need to, but it's alright. Out of the way, raft. You're small and puny compared to the sailboat. Alright, let's look in here. Grab this stuff. I guess I'll grab this again. I'll leave that translocator in there. Let's get our foods, though. Don't want to leave those. Alright. We're back home, people. We're here. Let's go tend to a few little chores we've got to do. Alright. You got to find the passage in creative. I'm determined to find it the old-fashioned way, but now that I've changed the land cover, I have a feeling it's going to be much easier. Hello there. There's our elk friend. All right. First things first, let's hang up this armor. As far as I know, Jonas Boat is the only vehicle mod currently. Oh, okay. There's a mod called Vicecraft Machines that adds an airship powered by temporal gears. Oh, that sounds cool. Wait, what's happening? Oh, there it is. Yeah, that sounds pretty sick. Cool. I'm going to put this food away. Put the food away. I'll just line these up right here. Alright, that's all we're eating. Hey, Monty, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream, Monty. Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for coming by, buddy. Elk butts drive me nuts. You should have seen it when I originally set sail to get that elk. I had to put it in a boat, and the boat, it was tied up literally with the elk's butt right in my guy's face the whole ride there. It was wild. Yeah, it's quicker and hard to power. There's also one in beta called WP airships that you can turn your boat into an airship. Oh, that'd be super cool. No, that's what I need. That's what I need to go south, people. Are there horses in the game? I don't think there are horses vanilla. Are there, people? Does anybody know? Are there horses vanilla? I don't think there are. But now that you say that, I'm not sure. Nay. JJ. Alright, let's get this loaded up. A bit more. Okay. Boop. So this is, like I said, a bit of a spoiler here, people, but I am currently working on my second batch of steel. Finally caught a stream again. Petronella, hello. But way late. Ah, yes, I'm sorry. I need to tinker with my notification. That's a good point. Yeah, if you've subscribed to my channel, but you want to get notified for streams and stuff like that, make sure you hit the bell and set it to all. To make sure, because there's different options under the bell. You can personalize it. Don't set it to personal. Set it to all. But hey, speaking of, look at this. I captured a moose. I was over here working on my steel one night, and this guy was caught in the lake, and so I chased him up into this fence, and now I have a male moose here. But I don't have any plans to do with him or anything. He's just here. Catch the VOD lobster, sailing krakens, oh my. That's true, too. Anybody who's tuning in late or maybe had to leave at some point, this will be on the channel, too, after the fact. All right, let's see. I'd like to mount a polar bear too. I've seen a horse in a mod. Not sure which one though. Beaverstone Wilds has horses, but I'm sure they've updated since the elk release. A new Pokemon. Moose is the base mascot. Sure. Yeah. This little guy. You can't breed them, unfortunately. I mean, I'm still considering, though, trying to capture a bunch of non-breedables, just wild animals, and actually setting up a little, like zoo or something. I think that would be super fun. But all right, so you can see that this is 56% complete. There we go. Oops, carrying around some charcoal for some reason. Put that away. All right. Or emergency food. I can tell you, I've actually hunted moose. They don't give a lot of meat. That's the thing with the wild animals is most of them are freaking starving, Okay, let's see. Eventually, I think I do want to build a zoo. It's one thing I've determined, too. Oh, look at this. Oh, sick. We did get a female. Oh, nice, nice, nice. All right, hold on. Okay, let's see if we can get some milk. Oh, this is progress right here, people. We're talking domestication in action. Okay, so... Generation 3. Okay, we just got our last bucket of milk from her. So this is our new female right here. And you go to sleep. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I upset you? Mr. Ram. Make a giant arc? Possibly. All right. So now we've got Generation 4 right there. Hopefully she'll have some babies. Now look at the amount of meat we got from that one sheep. 18 pieces of red meat. I'm telling you what. See, when you feed them, that really makes a big difference. Okay, good. Look at that little pig. Look at him. The little babies are so cute. Look at them. What are they doing? All right, so yeah, those little piglets, these guys are Generation 6 right there. So that's pretty cool. And over here, oh, okay, good, good, good. So these are those mountain goats that I got up from on top of the mountain. It was a big ordeal. Managed to get them. These things are freaking flighty. Alright, which ones? God, it's so hard to figure it out. Alright, that's the one I need to butcher. Come here. No, that's Gen 1. There. Come here. Why didn't it kill it? Oh, it's not tamed enough, is it? Alright, I'll just get my sword out. Polish Spaniard. Hey, brother, going to lurk, but love the content. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming by the stream, buddy. Okay, we gotta find the Gen 0 one and kill it. Yeah, this is so annoying. See, this is why it's so important to keep the male separated with these stupid goats. Oh, I think I just hit the wrong one. Oh, he's attacking me now. Oh, you dick. Alright, I'll just worry about that. Whoops. I'll worry about that later. Alright, let's come in here. Hey, look at this. Alright, so I need another bucket. Yeah, I'm not going to try and domesticate multiple milk producers in the future. Having 3 different sets of animals that all eat hay is not really viable. Okay, so she's lactating. Still. Gotcha. Alright, that's 2 full buckets of milk. Okay, she is not lactating, so we're done here. Boom, there we go. Yeah, 3 different milk producers is not necessary. I just did it because I wanted to have as many as I could, but it really just makes it so much harder to keep them all fed, you know? There's a pig sorter, a barn design that keeps generational culling easy. Really? Is that a mod, or you said it's just a design? I'll have to look that up. I think you can chisel a hole that only the piglets fit through. Oh, that would be kind of cool. Who's shooting at me? Somebody's shooting. Let's see. A half slab will let piglets through, but not the adults. Same with the chickens. Oh, okay, that is helpful. Yeah. What I normally do with those pigs is I just wait till all the piglets grow, get to adult size, and then I just go in there and cull them, by hand, essentially. But yeah, no, what you guys suggested would make it a lot easier for sure. Okay, we'll drop some stuff off downstairs real quick. Petronella, wait. The Odd Ape Gaming is a channel that has the pig culling barn design. Okay. Odd Ape. Not sure if that's one I've checked out before or not. Yeah, I'm not sure if I've seen his channel. I have to look for that one. Thanks, guys, for the suggestions. I appreciate your help. All right, let's get this milk poured in. Hopefully this stuff didn't spoil. Okay, no, good. We've got 50 liters of curdled milk. And let's get that turned into cottage cheese. What do you guys say? Okay, I think it's just 5 pieces of salt. Yep, there it is. So in 24 hours, we'll have a barrel full of cottage cheese. Oh, while I've got you guys here, how many folks here in chat have made blue cheese before? Has anybody made blue cheese? The reason I ask is because I'm trying to make some right now, and I set up a separate little cellar for it. Let me show that to you. See if you guys know how to what if this is going to work or what, because I'm not sure if it's working. Hold on, let me eat something. I'm gonna eat first. Apes strong together. When I was investing in meme stocks, that's what everybody said. They called themselves apes. Okay. Yeah, I was big into the AMC GameStop freaking meme stock craze a couple years back during the pandemic. It was fun. It was an exciting time. All right, so this is my little blue cheese cellar right here. You can see I just put it out behind the back. And it needs to be open. So it is working, right? Because it says 15 days to ripen. Fresh for 35. So this is going to turn into blue cheese then? Because it doesn't say it, does it? I mean, it's either going to turn into blue or cheddar, but it's open to the sky. And obviously in the daytime, it gets a little bit of light in here, which is what it says, Look at the guide here. To make blue cheese, you must store raw cheese in a cellar with very low level of light, but the cellar must have at least one block open to the outside. Maggot cheese. It's a real thing. Wait, for real? Wait, is that really a thing? Is there maggot cheese in the game? I think blue cheese needs very low light, which is difficult to do when open to the air. Oh, it's not a thing? Damn it. The light level needs to be below 2. Not sure to check that to confirm it. Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know. We'll find out in 14 days, I guess. I don't know. And another thing that kind of throws me off too is like when I'm down here, it doesn't show the little indicator that this is a cellar. I guess because it's open to the outside, right? That's why it doesn't show it. But the cheese shows that it is ripening. So I assume it's, again, like I say, it's either going to become cheddar or blue cheese. One of those two. Or maggot cheese. No, hopefully not maggot cheese. Oh, well. Oh, no, I just put up my whole damn stack of torches. God damn it, I always do that. All right, let's see here. Oh, you've heard of people using dogleg or zigzag designs to lower the light. Okay, so you're saying that my problem might be that there's too much light? With a straight vertical hole like that, I'm almost certain it gets too much sunlight. Oh, okay. Interesting. Now, let me ask you this. Would it say something different if it was turning it into blue cheese? Would it have like a different indicator? Oh, where's my lamp up here? You know, for instance, would it say, you know, ripening into blue cheese or whatever? I don't know. You guys have to tell me. All right. I put the olives away. Let's go below. Yeah, I'll have to redesign that a little bit then. Yeah, this is my first time ever making blue cheese, and although it sounds pretty straightforward when you look at the guide, like once you actually get in there and try and do it, like I felt like I had no clue what was going on, you know. I was just left stranded with no knowledge. Oh my gosh, people. All right, so let's head up here. For anybody who missed it, I've been working on a new chiseling project. It's not quite finished, but it's right over here. We've got ourselves a friendly neighborhood spider. Look at this guy. Look at that. Oh, that's my suave-eyed spider right there, people. I'm not quite done with his legs, though. I think, yeah, I want to rework some of these legs a little bit, but... Oh my god, I got myself stuck here. Oop. Okay. And there we go. Alright, so... Now you can see why I wanted some of that periodite ore, too. I think I could do some really fun stuff chiseling with that green ore. It's kind of why I chose the suavite, because it had a nice, interesting color to it. I was going to do it just out of granite with this guy, but I was like, I got to do something other than granite. You like that, JJ? Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. Yeah, so this, and I've talked about this before. I don't want to cover it too much, but because I know some people have heard this, but eventually my plan is I've built this little walkway so that spider is guarding what will eventually become like this like real scary kind of valley right here. We've got this box canyon. It's kind of hard to see it at night, but there's like, it's a dead end over here. So I was going to build like some gargoyles. I'm going to chisel up some gargoyles over here. You know, I don't know, some other creepy stuff, you know. So when we take that little spider walkway, it will lead back to this area. And I was thinking I might do, to balance it out, maybe I'll find like an opposite valley and we'll do something nice, like some unicorns, some angels or something on the opposite side. But, you know, you just got to come up with these projects. I love the chiseling so much. It's really, it's inspired me to try a bunch of different stuff. So, and this is in fact chiseled here too, as you can see. This is more of an experiment, but I probably should have just used actual slate blocks here. But either way. Oh, there we go, people. I think it has to be winter or in a very cold place for blue cheese. Oh, you know what? That makes sense. Oh, let me ask you guys this too. Now, does anybody have experience with the cooking mod that allows you to dry your meat? Because what I've been trying, and I don't know if it's working or not, but I've been making these. Yeah, I've been whipping together a bunch of these here. Oh, crap, it says it's spoiled. But I'm also struggling to figure out how to get these to work properly. It says somewhere cold and dry, sealed in stone. Oh, they need to have a fire under them. Really? So you can't just dehydrate it, right? Oh, no, okay. Okay, that's a different thing. Gotcha. You have to make meat bundles or sausages. You know, I did have the meat bundled, but it wouldn't hang. I did actually have it bundled at one point because I assumed that's what you had to do, but it wasn't working. Like, I couldn't even hang it up there. That's why I had the individual pieces. Maybe I had crafted up the wrong thing. I don't know. But you're talking about this, right? Yeah, the trussed poultry. Yeah, I made one of these, and it wouldn't hang up. Bundles or sausages. No worries, JC. Yeah, I'm still trying to puzzle through most of these mods myself, as you can see. I don't know why I made so many either. I was like, oh, I can dehydrate meat? I'm going to make a shit ton of these, and I don't even know how to use them properly. But I tried to put them in here initially. See this? This is all glacial ice. I wasn't sure if putting this in here would actually cool this room down or not. So I don't know. I don't know if it does or not, but it's there. Either way, you can see I'm trying. I'm trying different stuff, although I don't think it's working. You need PS a smoking house. Okay, for those trestled ones. Aged red meat. Oh, okay. See, that's the thing, is like, it doesn't tell me how to do it, though. Just says drying, crafted by, bakes into an oven, cooked. After 20 hours of open storage, dries into aged poultry. Where do I store it? It just says open storage. I mean, that could mean anything. You know, that could be outside. I don't know. Let's see. Iceboxes don't affect room temp. Yeah, I didn't think they did. Kind of looks like Stranger Things. I thought it would be worth a try, but I mean, I have a bunch of stacks of this glacier ice. I think I'm going to chisel this stuff up too at some point. Make an ice sculpture. But, oh well. You can see I've got a bunch of vinegar, and we got a bunch of wine back here. Oh yeah. Even got some juice. We can get drunk, people. Let's do it. It's party time, everybody. All right, there we go. Well, not much else to do. I think we've accomplished everything I wanted to in today's stream. Actually, that's not true at all. I failed miserably, but unfortunately, that's just how it is when we go sailing. Exploring doesn't always turn out the way you want it to, but I'm not too disappointed. I hope you guys aren't either. I still had fun hanging out with you guys today for sure. And like I said, I'm going to be streaming again more Vintage Story on Sunday. That'll be over there on Twitch too. You know, Smoke, the depth of your cellar doesn't actually matter. If you're talking about how long you want to store it, it's really more down to the light levels in your cellar. And you don't want it bigger than 7 by 7 by 7. When you go down, let me give you a quick tip down here. When you're down in your cellar, see this little icon? This icon means that you're in a proper cellar right here. Whereas if I open the door, there it changes to a house. So that means we're just in an enclosure, not a proper cellar. But if I come down here, close it, now it's a cellar again. So that's a good way to know if you're setting up your cellar properly. Don't have wood. You don't want wood, strictly stone. The doors don't count. You can have doors and things like, you know, chests and stuff, but don't use any kind of wood as a wall piece. You know what I'm saying? And you could literally have your cellar above ground, as I understand it, in terms of food preservation. It's just more about the light levels and stuff like this. And I've got these oil lamps in here, but I'm pretty sure, does artificial light affect it? I don't know. If I put this in here, I'm not sure if that would have a deleterious effect on the longevity of the food, but well, I hope that made some sense and gave you a little bit of an idea there, my friend. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's stream, everybody. Appreciate you very much, very much. Thank you, everyone who tuned in. And again, if I missed any comments or chats, I apologize for that. But thanks, everybody. Appreciate y'all, and I will see you on the next one.